History often shows borders changing slowly through wars that last years. But sometimes, borders move in a single night without soldiers marching or battles being fought. And when that happens, entire populations can wake up in a completely different country than the one they slept in. In 1947, as colonial rule ended in South Asia, a new boundary was drawn almost overnight. The line, created in political negotiations far from the towns and villages it would divide, split regions, cities, and even neighborhoods into two newly formed nations. For millions of people, nothing around them had physically changed. Their homes, streets, and communities were the same, but politically, everything was different. Railways suddenly crossed international borders. Families discovered relatives now lived in another country. Markets that had functioned for generations were divided by checkpoints that hadn't existed the day before. What had once been a local journey could suddenly require permits, security checks, and government approval. The immediate consequences were chaotic. Administrations struggled to reorganize systems of taxation, policing, and transportation. Supply routes were interrupted, trade slowed, and entire economies had to adjust almost instantly. But the deeper impact was psychological. When borders shift overnight, identity itself becomes uncertain. People are forced to decide where they belong, sometimes without ever moving from the place they were born. History usually remembers the speeches, the treaties, and the celebrations of independence. But the true turning point often happens later, when ordinary people wake up and realize the map has changed beneath their feet. The lesson is simple but powerful. Nations are created by political decisions, but their real meaning is felt in the everyday lives of the people who must suddenly live within them. And sometimes, the most dramatic historical changes are not the ones announced with fanfare, but the ones that quietly redraw the world while everyone is asleep.